All right, tonight I'm taking a nostalgia trip back to 1994 to do 500 miles at Atlanta in NASCAR 1.
I'm Ned Jerry. From Papyrus, this is NASCAR Racing.
And I love this intro so much, and it kind of shows you right up front how junk the AI is. When they take the green, they do this swerving thing down the front straightaway, and then Jeff Bodine and Rick Mast kind of clip into each other going into turn one. It's hilarious. But Ned Jarrett and this song is just awesome. Okay. All right, so for this race, I have a bunch of car sets downloaded, but I'm just going to run the straight default car set. I remember getting this game back. I got it in April of '96, and I remember a lot of these fictional drivers like were iconic back then. I mean, they're burned into my brain at this point. So I'm just going to run the completely the default car set. So that's the car I'm going to be driving. That's John Smith. Then we got Fred Jones. That's my teammate. Rick Mast, Rusty Wallace. No Dale Earnhardt. They got Sterling Marlin, Terry Labonte, Mark Martin, Jeff Bodine, Jeff Burton. And then they're missing some cars there. So they don't have Ricky Rudd. They don't have Bill Elliott in the 11. The Derek Cope in the 12 car. Yeah, or Chuck Bound was driving the 12 car at the beginning of '94, so maybe they would have had Chuck Bound, but Ted Musgrave, of course they got Loy Allen. The 21 car, so this was Leroy Britton, which I've heard is like, I guess he was in charge of like marketing at Citgo or something. That's kind of a rumor I've heard. I don't know if that's true, but for some reason they couldn't have Morgan Shepherd in there. Bobby Labonte, Jeff Gordon, Brett Bodine, Ernie Irvin, Michael Waltrip, Ward Burton, Harry Gant. This is Elton Sawyer, but this is his Bush car. So they had a couple of Bush cars in this car set. Joe Nemechek. This was Jeff Purvis. This was a car that was supposed to be raced by Neil Bonnet. There's Ken Schrader in his Bush car. Robert Caffrey. I don't know that name, but that was Dick Trickle's Bush car. Dave Marcus, Mike Wallace. Joe McDermott, the Fat Man. I don't know why they call him the Fat Man, but I love that car. Like, I don't know. It's so nostalgic for me. Rachel Bolan, he was the guy who actually wrote the intro music, and you can see in the quarter panel sponsor is an RB with like a guitar neck. I think he was in like an 80s hair metal band or something, and then wrote a lot of the soundtrack for this game. Cummings, Palmer Styles, I always remember that name for some reason. This is my favorite fictional car. I just like the petty blue look. Todd Bell, Steve Loeffler, Jeff Trummel. I always liked that blue and green. I always thought that looked pretty sweet. Lauren Roth, Chris Williams, Tony Anderson, Charlie Unger. And there's the pace car. Yeah, I should probably calibrate this stuff just to make sure. All right, yeah, joystick 1, X-axis. That's my steering wheel, and then the Y-axis is my clutch. I don't remember how I set that up. I set this up a while ago. I just haven't raced it really hardly at all. And then the gas is X-axis, and the brake is Y-axis. So I'm doing 100% car damage, yellow flag, space lap, weather, random, and there's no cloudiness. It's just like different wind direction. Opponents 38, so it only allows 38 cars, and then I'll be 39, doing 100%. I do have automatic shifting on, so this is my only shifter. It's a Moza H pattern shifter, and this game doesn't support H patterns, and there's no way I could do like shift up and do it as a sequential shifter. So until I get a sequential shifter, I'm just doing automatic shifting. All the graphics on, all the sounds on. All right, I'm doing Atlanta. And they have a few setups. I'm using the A setup. They have a qualifying setup. I ran it last night and the engine just blew up. So I don't even know what the point of that qualifying setup is. So I'm just using the A setup. I'll probably qualify about 30th, I'm thinking. Speed limit on pit road is 55. I'll turn this down a little bit. And this game looks horrible. It's so pixelated and stuff. But it still looks 100 times better than it looked back when I first played it in '96. Because my computer could not have any of the graphics on, and it couldn't even run all the cars on the track at the same time. So I'd usually do races with just 16 car fields and all the graphics off. So even racing it like this, it's like, man, it looks so much better today than it looked back in the day. I'm guessing I'm going to qualify somewhere between like 25th and 30th. Oh, 16th. Not bad. All right, and it won't just automatically stop. You can just keep doing laps and qualifying if you want. Okay, so I got 16th. That's a lot better than I thought I would do. In my little practices last night, I was qualifying like 26, 27, 28, somewhere in there. So 16th is pretty good. It's on the outside, which I don't really like. I'd much rather start on the inside. But really, I mean, just getting through 1 and 2 is the hardest part. The cars are going to do that classic, like, slow down going into turn 1. Yeah, let's save those qualifying stats. Okay, I think it saves it to a text document. Whoops. Let's skip warm-up. Yeah, the cars, they're going to slow down a whole bunch going into turn 1. And the tricky thing is, if you're on the outside of an AI car, it will come off the turn and just run right into you like you're not even there. So I want to make sure that as I'm going through turn 2, that I'm not side by side with someone. If I am side by side with someone, I have to be like just, a little bit further ahead than them. If I'm a little further ahead than them, then they'll back off. If I'm a little behind them, then they'll just run into the side of me. So got to be really careful about that. And they're going to slow down a whole bunch on the inside. The car in the first lap or two just keeps wanting to turn sideways. So it's really just like kind of tiptoeing on eggshells. But if I can get through like the first 3 laps, then it's a lot easier right after that. Let's see, pit stops about lap 55, every 55 laps, something like that. Yeah, all right, I'm ready to go. This is a really long race. So just got to take it easy. I'm a little faster than the AI for the first like 2/3 of the run. And then the last third, the AI will be faster than me. And then as it gets closer and closer to pit stops, my right front tire will be all burnt up. And the AI will just be a lot faster. I'll have to let them go. Let a few of them go. But here on the start, man, it's just survival. Just take it really slow going into turn 1. Probably about 135, somewhere around there. And try and keep the car as stable as possible. And then try and figure out where I'm at coming off turn 2 so I don't get run into. I'll give myself plenty of buffer here. All right, car doing the sideways thing, and the 51 was kind of pinching me down there. Same kind of concept going into the turns. Like if I don't have a nose in front of the guy I'm trying to pass, then they'll just come straight down like you're not even there. But if I got a nose in front of them, then they'll go high and let me go. Definitely don't want to go 3 wide. See, Rachel Bolin just let me go there. These guys are going to slow down. All right, looking pretty good so far. There's this like weird crackling sound in my headphones. It sounds almost like interference with the Bluetooth dongle thing, but I don't think it is. I think it's just the game sounds like a 30-year-old game or 32-year-old game. All right, there I wasn't quite alongside Harry Gann, I don't think, but he went high, so. All right, what position am I in? I'm in 9th. I have a huge advantage in this race because I'm the only car who can actually pass other cars. This is the major, or in my opinion, the worst thing about this game is that the other AI don't pass each other. They get in a line and they just ride like that. Every so often, an AI will catch up to the guy in front of them. But then, when they go into the turn, instead of trying to make a pass, it's like in order to prevent running into them, they'll just go really high. And it just kind of gives me the opportunity to pass them. I did it to Brett Bodine a couple laps ago, where he just went high going into the corner because he was about to run into someone. Their AI brains are pretty underdeveloped. Slide in front of Joe Nemechek there. See, Ken Schrader just did it where he ran up on Leroy Britton. And instead of running into him, he just goes way high in the corner and loses time. See, Ted Musgrave is catching up to Ken Schrader. He may do it here pretty soon in one of these corners. I'd rather not try and pass these dudes if they're like nose to tail like this. Okay, there Ken Schrader just did it. He caught up on Morgan Shepherd. And instead of like anticipating making a pass, he just like twitches and goes way up in the corner and then loses a spot. And now he'll catch up to Ted Musgrave and do it again. See, there he goes. Let's see if I can get under him. See, so Ken Schrader is faster than Ted Musgrave and Leroy Britton. But he just loses spots because he runs up on him and then goes high. They do that in NASCAR 2003 as well sometimes. I end up taking advantage of it a lot at Bristol, where instead of like trying to make a pass, they just run up on them and then get in the high line. The other unfortunate thing about this game is there's no lap cars. I mean, it'll take probably 150 laps for the leaders to catch the tail end of the field. And then when they do catch them, they can't pass them. Oh, watch out for the wall. Just brushed it, no big deal. But once the leaders do catch them, they won't pass them. They'll just follow them around the track like that. And every time they get right up on their bumper, they'll just go high instead of trying to pass them. It's like Jeff Gordon up there trying to make a move on Rusty. Okay, now Ernie's trying to get under Jeff Gordon, but no, it didn't work. And, you know, when I race NR 2003, I have this number pad that I use kind of as like a button box. So I can bring up the like F1, F2 menus and stuff. But it doesn't work in DOSBox, or at least I haven't figured out how to configure it. So basically just going to go without, unless I'm under caution, then I may look at it. And it looks like Jeff Bodine's in the lead. I'm in 5th. Jeff Bodine, Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon, and then Ernie Irvan. And I think I am catching these guys. But it's still, we're only about 40% through the run, so I'm still a little faster than let's see, what is it, 30 laps? Here in the next few laps, the right front will get hot, and then I'll start losing some time to them. And then it'll be close to time to pit. Oh, caution. All right, I haven't quite figured this out. Oh, here's the car. He's all slow. All right. All right, I haven't quite figured this out, but sometimes cars way in the back will go flying up on the inside to go on pit road. So I'm definitely going to pit. I want to make sure I'm down like on the flat here. All right, don't speed, don't speed. Don't speed. I gotta stay behind that guy. Yeah, it's all single file restarts. So I'm gonna be behind the one lap car. Yeah, last night while I was messing with this, sometimes cars from the back will just fly up there on the apron to go down pit road. And then one time I was going down to get on the apron to go on pit road, and a car that was flying up from the back just ran into me. Didn't really cause any damage. I just kind of did like a quarter spin and kept going, but just one more thing to watch out for. All right, let's see. Lap 36, going green on 37. I'm in 6th. I think I might be able to get up into the lead here once the tires get up to temperature, like here in maybe 4 or 5 laps. And they don't slow down nearly as much when it's a restart. It's just the start of the race when they're double file. It's a mess. That dude pinching me down. Cars all over the place on cold tires. Marlin trying to get on my outside. Okay, Ted went high. That was a little close there. Probably should have gotten a little better run on him before trying to pass. Oh, my teammate was on pit road. Yeah, he's still on pit road. I don't like that because when they DNF, they just sit on pit road for the whole rest of the race. And he's pitting right in front of me. Just have to stop short in my pit from now on to get around him if he's not going to come back out there, and I don't think he is. All right, I got my 5 bonus points. All right, now being in the lead, I just want to get as big of a lead as possible because they're going to come back and be faster than me at the end of the run. Not like significantly faster than me, but they will make up a lot of time. And I think I said we went green on lap 37. So 55 plus 37 would be 92. So probably pit on around lap 92. Yeah, the AI in this game, or at least in this race, this is the only race I've really been practicing for last night. Since they can't really pass and they don't really lap cars, it's almost like F1 strategy, where if they get stuck behind a lap car, it just costs them time. So they're almost better off like just pitting and getting clean air, and that's where they can make up time rather than just sitting behind someone. And it looks like my my teammate is going to be sitting in front of me on pit road on every pit stop from now on. That's a little annoying, but is what it is, I guess. And it always used to bug me playing this back in the day that there were no lap cars. I also played like IndyCar and IndyCar Racing 2, and there were tons of lap cars in those games. But in this game, they're just, the disparity between the fastest cars and the slowest cars is like nothing. So the final standings at the end of the race, like people only go a lap down if they're in an accident, like that one car, the 93, or if under like pit stop sequences. .8 seconds. And I said the next pit stop is on about lap 92, which would be, what, 2:26 to go? No, 2:36. So about 37 laps from now. Did I do my math right? Thankfully in NASCAR 2, they fixed that. So there was a lot more disparity in NASCAR 2. Right about now, you'd be catching some lap cars. But this game just ain't like that. And NASCAR 2003 with N ratings and the different formulas make that aspect of the racing so much better. Which was always one of my favorite parts about racing back in these days, was having the leaders like racing around lap cars and leaders getting stuck in traffic and stuff like that. I always loved that about these races. But the final standings for this race probably going to end up looking more like something that you'd see in like 2005, where like half of the cars running are all on the lead lap, and the only guys that are lapped down are dudes who have damage and stuff like that. You know, and I don't think Rusty was the fastest car. It looked like Ernie Irvin was faster than Rusty, and probably Jeff Bodine too. But I don't think either of them can get by Rusty. So he's kind of holding up a couple of the faster cars back there. I did get to do one green flag pit stop last night while I was practicing for this. And I lost about, I don't know, 8, 9 spots. I think maybe part of that was being one of the last ones to pit. But also the field is so bunched up all the time. Losing like 3 seconds, that could be like 8 spots. So I don't think I really lost that much time. It was just a lot of track position. But at the beginning of the run, I mean, my car is definitely faster, so I was able to get back through them pretty quickly. All right, I said I'd pit around lap 92. That would be, what lap would that be? 228 would be lap 100. So, with 236 to go, that'd be lap 92. Yeah, see the L up there shows lap 258, so that's how many laps there is to go. I'd rather it show me what lap I'm on. Showing me how many laps there is to go just makes me have to do more math. All right, so I should be pitting around lap 236, so 20 laps. All right, and Ernie or someone is creeping back into my mirror here. Let's see if I can click the tire button real quick. Yeah, right front. The right front is the worst one. It'll turn red here in a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's Rusty behind me. He's starting to catch back up. So it looked like I got up to about a 3-second lead. And then it started going back down, and now it's at 1.2. Alright, I'll give Rusty the bottom lane if he wants it. Yeah, the car's getting really tight. Looks like Gordon has gotten past Ernie Irvin. Almost hit the wall a little bit. Okay, I was gonna give Gordon the bottom line, and he went high too. I think he went high because he was about to run up on me. Now Ernie's on the inside of Gordon. Alright, Gordon's back on the inside. Alright, the right front is red. But it should run like that for a while. Just until I pit. Which I think I said was around 236 to go. I think this is Ted Musgrave behind me. And Jeff Bodine. almost hit the wall. Okay, they're gonna pit. By the way, they are much better at indicating when they're gonna pit in this game than they are in our 2003. All right, I want to pit, but I kind of don't want to because this is like the only way to go a lap down. If I go a lap down, then I'm pretty much screwed. So I kind of want to stay out as long as I can. All right, all the leaders have pit. All right, I guess I should probably pit this time. All right, don't speed. Cold tires. All right, there's Ward Burton in front of Sterling. That's who was behind me when I pit. Oh, there's a caution. I don't think I've taken it yet. Oh, there's guys who are stopped up here. All right, now I've taken it. All right, I had just pit, thinking I should probably just stay out. Though this is a really risky strategy, it's probably best to pit on every caution. Because now, 40, 50 laps from now, when I go to pit, these guys coming off pit road under caution are going to still be out there. I could go a lap down. Let's see. All right, we got 4 guys out. 3 guys a lap down. So if I pit, I'd be in 31st. I don't know. I don't think I should pit. It's only a couple of laps. Lap 95. All right, I'm in second. Looking pretty good so far. How many projected laps does it say? Oh, right now under caution it says I can go on 130 laps. It's not very helpful. Because that last run, I pit before I needed fuel. I just needed tires. All right, well, hopefully on this restart, warm up the tires, and then I can get back in the lead and get a little bit of a lead on these guys, because they're gonna catch back up and pass me at the end of the run. They passed me a little more than I thought. I knew they would make up some of that time, but I didn't make as much time as I thought. I got about 3 seconds in front of them. And then about halfway to 2/3 through the run, they started catching me, and then they passed me and went on by. So the bigger lead I can get, the better, to offset all the time I'm going to lose when the tires get warm. By the way, that's one of my favorite paint jobs of all time. that Jeff Bodine's Exide car. The gradient from the purple to the pink, or it's kind of bluish to the purple. It just looks awesome. All right, when are we going green? I thought we'd get one lap to go that time. See if anyone else dropped out. Nope, there's 4 guys out, 35 cars in the race, 32 on the lead lap. Unger, Waltrip, and Cummings are a lap down. My tire's looking horrible. Let's go already. All right, going green on lap 100. All right, tires are really cold. The car is gonna do that thing where it wants to spin to the inside a whole bunch. I'll try and I'd like to get a little buffer here from Rick Maz so he's not riding my bumper going into the turn. Tiptoe through this first corner. All right, let's see how much of a lead I can pull out here. I got to say, these restarts are, compared to some of those restarts in NR 2003, these restarts are easy. And probably because they're all single file. And the damaged car, that's the other thing, the damaged cars, it doesn't slow them down that much. So they could be like missing their deck lid and missing their hood, and they'll still be running about the same speed as everyone else. So you don't have those damaged cars causing traffic jams like in NR 2003, or all the slow lap cars causing traffic jams. Someone's on pit road. Okay, I got a 3.7 second lead on Jeff Bodine. It's much better. All right, I'm way faster than Jeff Bodine. So Rusty, when he was in second, I got a 3-second lead. But I did have to pass like 5 cars to get to the lead. This time I only had to pass Jeff Bodine. So I'm pulling away, but I'm sure he's going to make up that time later in the run. sometimes when I record these races, I tend to wonder sometimes, like, if anyone actually watches this, do they really want to hear me rambling about stuff just to make noise? Or would they rather just, like, hear the car engine? I guess a little bit of both, at least for me. My favorite YouTube streamer is Ted Meat, or YouTuber, sim racer is Ted Meat. And I think he does a good job of talking over some parts and then other parts just kind of running the race. And it was Ted Meat. His when he started putting out videos, like, I looked last night, it was like 5 years ago he ran at Atlanta. He did this race. I remember watching his Grand Prix 2 videos, and then when he started running this game, especially his Darlington race, that was the first time I was like, man, I kind of want to do that. I mean, I didn't have a rig or anything. I didn't sim race at all for a long time. But then seeing him run Darlington, that Darlington race was awesome. And it just made me want to get this rig and download these games and play them again. Been totally worth it. It's about time I play something other than NASCAR 2003. But that game is just so awesome. It's like, it's hard to want to play anything else. I tried to get NASCAR 2 set up at one point, but the steering just wasn't working quite right, so I just kind of ignored it. But I plan to get it set up again at some point. NASCAR 2, NASCAR 99, NASCAR 3, that era of NASCAR Papyrus games was really good. Especially NASCAR 3. Because then I could go like whole races and have lap cars and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind trying to run 100% season in like NASCAR 3 at some point. I don't know about 100% season in NASCAR 1. This track really isn't that bad, but some of them have just got problems. And there's no lap cars, and the AI don't pass each other, so it's really more of like just a nostalgia thing to be able to put this game on and run some laps and stuff. All right, what's my lead at? I actually see lap cars up there. 8.5 seconds on Jeff Bodine. 8.1 seconds. All right, so it looks like this lead is stabilized at about 8 seconds. I think he'll start making up some of that time now. It looks almost like Ken Schrader in last place, just judging by the blob, that red, white, and blue. Okay, some guys are on pit road. All right, I'm gonna bring up my tire thing. Oh gosh. That was kind of an awkward entry. It's like Mark Martin coming off pit road. Okay, looks like Jeff Bodine pit. And Jeff Bodine did not pit on that caution. I wonder if they're pitting now. It seems a little early to me. My right front isn't even red yet. Okay, now it is. And it's not like, I mean, Mark Martin's definitely faster than me, but it's not like I'm losing a lot of time to him or anything. Probably just stay out here for a little longer. It's like Ernie Irvin pit. This Rusty Wallace coming off pit road. Yeah, that's Rusty in front of me. Elton Sawyer on the apron. I think this is the Fat Man. Yeah, tires are pretty shot. At least the right front is. Okay, that was Ken Schrader, the red, white, and blue car. Oh, Rusty's wrecking. Caution's out. All right, I just took the caution. All right, I'm definitely gonna pit. Who's this? Yeah, that's the pace car. Okay. Don't hit me, Rusty. Pits are closed? Pit open, okay. Oh, Fred Jones just left. He's been sitting there for how long? Like 100 laps. Watch these cars coming on pit road. I'm just gonna, yeah, let's just play it safe. Still way early in the race. All right, I'm gonna be pretty close to the back of the line, but I think I caught a whole bunch of guys a lap down who had already pit under green, and then Rusty spun and caused that caution. So there'll be a bunch of guys on the tail end to lead lap here. Let's see. All right, I'm still in first. Okay, so there's only really 8 cars on the lead lap, and then 9th through 22nd is on the tail end. And the rest of them are a lap down. And Wallace is now 3 laps down, and we're down to 34 cars in the race. Fred Jones, was I seeing things? It looked, Fred Jones was pitting right in front of me. And then when I went into my pit, he took off. So I thought he was back in the race, and now it says he's out. But I don't see him in front of me. I don't know, maybe he went around and did a lap and then DNF'd it or something. I don't know, that was weird. Or was I looking at... Yeah, who's that car right in front of me? That's Fred Jones. Okay, I must have seen someone else pull away. No, I don't know. I gotta go back and look at the video. I thought for sure I was in my pit and Fred Jones pulled away. And then he like did a lap, and I guess he went back in pit again. So he's a DNF car, but he's still running under caution or something. I don't know. All right, I don't know how many are actually. Let's see how many cars are behind me. Okay, I got 7 cars behind me, and I got basically the whole field up ahead of me. All right, I'm gonna take it really easy on this restart. Going green on 147. Just be really careful going into turn 1. Just tiptoe through turn 1 and 2, and then the tires will get up to temperature. Sandbagging it. Boy, Marlin is doing this kamikaze thing down the middle. Don't like that. I would like to put these guys back a lap down. Just let it sort out a little bit. Whoa, what happened to that guy? Guy went all slow right there. Watch out for that guy. Slow down coming off the turn. All right, these 4 cars right here are making me nervous. They're trying to get around Joe Nemechek, it looks like. Now Joe's gonna run the bottom. Joe's gonna slow down. What are you doing, Joe? Guess they were just all stacked up behind Joe there. Irvin just did that thing where he caught up to the 21 and went high. But Mark Martin didn't take advantage of it. Mark Martin did not want to give me that. He was pinching me down, but it's far enough ahead. Oh, Dave Marcis just wrecked behind me. Can I put Jeff Gordon a lap down? Yeah. No free laps back, Jeff. Oops, my bad. All right. Come on, pace car. All right, well, I definitely want to pit. Is the pit open? These guys, hope they don't get penalized. Okay, there's Fred Jones. He's leaving again. And he's DNF'd. And he just left the pit. All right, I wasn't hallucinating. Not sure what's up with that. Yeah, I didn't mean to blow by the pace car, but I was so worried about those dudes running into the back of me. And then there was like 6 cars that were in front of me when I went on pit road. I hope they don't get penalized for like passing me under caution or anything. And I think I just passed halfway. I think halfway is 164 and there's 161 to go. So I should be on like 167. Yeah, 168. I should be. Am I not in the lead? Okay, some of these dudes beat me off pit road. That's why they're ahead. Look at all the leaders up front. See, but that's kind of how it is. Like, the slow cars are just as fast as the fast cars. And with them not being able to pass, they get like that. All right, so a bunch of people got stuck a lap down by pitting under green. So there's only 10 people on the lead lap, and really only 6, because those dudes, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, are on the tail end up here. Or no, okay, they just updated. All right, so there's 10 cars on the lead lap. And 32 left in the race. And my man Fred Jones is still driving around under caution, but is technically out. Not sure what's up with that. Who is that behind me? Is that Trummel behind me? It's definitely not Jet Bodine. It could be a lap car, like Bobby Labonte or Ted Musgrave. All right, here we go. Going green on 171. And I was getting ready to pit when it was like a tick up from the warning level on the fuel gauge. Very technical, a tick up from the warning level. Be like 7/8. Or, no, 6/8. So 3/4. When I was at about 3/4, or only a quarter left, that's when I was about to pit. All right, get a buffer, be careful. Still a long way to go. I know I'm faster than all these guys. I can pass them all. I just got to let it sort out a little bit. Ward Burton's going down the middle. I thought I heard someone wrecking, but I guess not. Car is sliding on cold tires. That 88 car is acting weird. I think he's pitting. And it looks like Joe Nemechek is holding these guys up some too. Joe Nemechek seems to be running a little extra slow. Then again, so is this light blue car. I've almost run over him once before. All right. Back to clear track. Oops. Just brushing the wall a little bit. Sounds worse than it is. Alright, hopefully I can pull away from that dude in second. That was the fossil car. I forget who drives that one. All right. It looks like I'm pulling away. Hopefully I can get back up to about 8 seconds on him before he starts making that time back up. .1. All right, well, I guess I can babble some more. So this game came out when I was 12 years old in 1994. And I'm pretty sure the first time I had ever heard of NASCAR was 4 years before that, when I was 8, when we went and saw Days of Thunder in the theaters. And so I remember when I was 14, 15, it came out when I was 12. So when I was like 13, my dad, my brother, and I would go to the mall, and there was a store called Babbage's, and they had a whole bunch of PC games there. And my dad is really into like World War II aircraft. So we played this game called Battle of Britain and Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe, which I guess were pretty popular, like combat flight sim games back then. And so we had a joystick, a regular like joystick like this. But at some point, my dad bought a flight yoke, which looked kind of like an F1 steering wheel. And you could push it in and pull it out, just like you would do when we were flying like B-17s and Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe and stuff. And we'd go to Babbage's, and I would see this game sitting on the shelf, and I would look at it every time. I'd say, oh, it's like the Days of Thunder game. And I always kind of wanted to get it, but we didn't really do like car racing. Like, my dad is not a car guy. My mom never had any interest in auto racing. So I would look at it every time, but I never like asked for it or wanted to buy it or tried to buy it anyway. And then finally, for my 14th birthday in '96, my dad was asking me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said, I want to go get the NASCAR game. And I don't know, but I imagine my dad probably had that thought like, oh great, I'm going to go buy this game, he's going to play it for 5 minutes, he's not going to like it, and then it's just a waste of money kind of thing. But he bought it for me for my 14th birthday. We brought it home, and back then, I'm not enough of a PC nerd to know, but we would always look at the megahertz of the system. And I think this game said that it had a minimum requirement of like 33 megahertz system. And we had a 24 megahertz system. So we brought it home. It was on the floppy disks. Got it installed. And started up a practice session or whatever. And it performed terribly. Man, the frames per second was horrendous. It looked horrible. And even this is considered like high res VGA graphics. We had the regular VGA graphics, which are even more pixelated, and it was terrible. So we went in, we turned off all the graphics, and then tried to do it, and it was a little better. I mean, you could at least like kind of see where the car was going, like the frames updated enough to kind of know where you were headed. And I loved it. I hooked up that flight yoke, and it just had a button on the right and a button on the left. And so I used the button on the right for gas and the button on the left for brake. And I started playing this game for hours and hours, even though it looked like crap. pretty much, to be honest. Eventually, through like trial and error, I got it figured out that the only races I could really run were at Talladega, because you could just hold down the accelerator button and just gas it all the way around. And I would run about 16 cars. I think 16 cars was the max, with no graphics on, and just do full-length races at Talladega over and over. And that flight yoke, I mean, that was way better than what most people were probably using to play this game back then. Using, like, you know, God forbid, a keyboard or a regular like joystick like that, like a single-seater airplane joystick. But I mean, with only 16 cars, and for some reason at Talladega, there's a big disparity between the fast cars and the slow cars. So once the race started and it spread out a little bit, I could just sit there and hold the accelerator and use that flight yoke, and I would just make laps like all day and do these huge long races like that. And I think would have been probably maybe 5 months later, you know, after that summer, we started messing around with like AOL, and I found the sim racing forum on AOL and saw where people were painting cars and then putting them up for download. There was a guy named Chris Frederick. He made some amazing car sets for this game. And he always had either a Powerade or a Gatorade car as the player car. Like there was for NASCAR 2, he had a number 14 Powerade car that I always ran as the player car. And I remember downloading that 96 car set and then playing this game with it. And I loved it. Even though it, like, looking at it today, it's like, oh my God, how did I play this? But I didn't mind one bit back then. And it wasn't very long after that NASCAR 2 came out, and NASCAR 2 was such a huge jump from this game. It looked incredible, and basically begged my parents to buy a new computer so I could run it with graphics on and stuff. I think that computer was like 133 megahertz. I don't even know what that would compare to today. I mean, everything today is like a supercomputer compared to that. I think NASCAR 2 was the first game that I ever tried to like mod on my own. Just by, I mean, I don't know that there was really any programs to do it back then, or if there were, I didn't know what they were. But I would try and, so Jeff Gordon had a car called Backdraft back in the mid-90s. And I kept trying to make a NASCAR 2 dash that said Backdraft on it. 'cause I thought that was such a cool name for a car. Never really figured it out. I mean, I could get the where it said backdraft on there, but then everything else would show up like magenta and stuff, and I didn't know what was going on. But I was like 15, like learning game modding and computers, and I mean, all trying to play these NASCAR games. Never really learned how to paint cars, though it seems a lot easier nowadays. And I mean, nowadays with YouTube tutorials and everything else, I mean, learning how to mod games like this is easy. But I mean, in 90, 95, 96, it was not that simple. 97. Had to like go on the sim racing forum, post a question, and hope that someone answered it in the next couple of days. I haven't seen, and you know, when looking at NASCAR 1 stuff online today, finding car sets and stuff, I haven't seen anything by Chris Frederick, so I don't know whatever happened to his car sets. But those were always my favorite ones. Too bad I didn't keep them like backed up on a hard drive or something. All right, I think I'm killing the field now. Let's see what my lead is on this guy. Yeah, 16 seconds on the 31. I've seen some guys pitting, so some of them might have pit. I know Jeff Bodine was back on the lead lap, but he restart in like 10th. So I'm sure he's bogged down in traffic. In fact, I think that might be him in the high lane up there, like 4 cars ahead of me. Okay, so like the Fat Man car, I can see the logos on that car. But the car behind him, I can't see the logo. Okay, there they just popped in. Now they're off again. I wonder if that car behind the Fat Man is damaged. It might be like Robert Caffrey in the 64 or Jimmy Hensley maybe. No, I think that's Jimmy Hensley in front of the Fat Man in the white car. And literally, his nickname is the Fat Man, and it says the Fat Man all over his car. I don't know how you got that nickname. All right, someone's catching up to me from behind. I think my tires are starting to get pretty worn out. It's just one huge pack of cars up here. Now, I'd really rather not even get into that mess if I don't have to. I think I'm gonna pit here pretty soon. Yeah, it was Mike Wallace. Looks like people are going down pit road. I think it's about time for my pit stop. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Rusty was in that wreck, so he's all damaged. Whole bunch of guys on pit road right now. I think I'd rather wait until they're done and then be able to come down pit road by myself, just to minimize any pit road shenanigans. Still got plenty of fuel, but I'm at the 3/4 mark. All right, here's some more guys pitting. Yeah, that was Jeff Bodine. Yeah, there's still a bunch of people on pit road. I'd like to pit. All right, I'm gonna pit. Straddling that line. All right, don't speed. All right, cold tires. All right, I think I probably should have come out in first, but I'm not sure if someone had pit sooner, was like short pitting it, and I lost a bunch of time, then there's a chance someone may have come out ahead of me. Assuming everyone has made their pit stop. All right, yeah, I'm in first. Okay, but 31, that's Ward Burton. He was like, what was he, like 8 seconds behind me or something? Now he's like 4. So I lost a little time on the pit sequence, but I think I'm gonna make it up right here. I think there's just a bunch of guys DNF'd, and so it looks like there's a lot of guys on pit road when really they're just sitting there. I'd like to look, but I don't want to risk pressing the wrong button. Okay, he's got a bunch of damage on the front end. Oh, that was awkward. All right, I'm catching up to these lap cars again. Jeff Bodine is at the back of the line now. I'm thinking he just hasn't made any progress since that last restart because he just can't pass him. And so he just keeps riding behind him. Oh, it looks like he's trying to pass the O'Kelvin antifreeze car. Nope, but he can't. He just can't do it. See right there, Jeff Bodine, man, he had a run, but the O'Kelvin guy just comes in on the outside. Oh my God! All right, I survived. Boy, that could have just been the end of the race right there. Somebody spun like on the straightaway. Yeah, Jesus. Try not to fly by the pace car this time. That was close. All right, I'm gonna pit. Oh, there goes my buddy Fred Jones, who's already DNF'd, but he's going to go do another lap under caution. All right, don't speed, don't speed, don't speed. No black flags for not exiting the pit safely. Under caution, the AI will just come right back up on the track, but under green, they take the apron around in 1 and 2. Looks like that's Ted Musgrave behind me. Jesus, not paying attention. All right, no damage. Stupid. All right, let's see where I'm at here. 239. It's only like 90 to go. Technically, I'm in third. Ward Burton's in front of me, and then Trummel is that high steel guy, that red and white car. Those other dudes are a lap down. Okay, there's only... Is Jeff Burton up there? Yeah, I guess that's Jeff Burton. and Jeff Bodine is at the front. So there's only 4 guys on the lead lap at this point. Jeff Burton and Jeff Bodine are the two for the first 2 cars on the line. And there's only 27 cars left. Yeah, all of these guys are just sitting on pit road, so it looks like there's a bunch of guys on pit road, but really they're just DNF'd. All right, 1 lap till green. Only need 1 more pit stop. So if there's 90 to go, split it in half, that'd be 45. 45 laps before the end of the race would be 28. Freaking math. 40, it would be like 80 something. Well, it tells me how many laps are left. All right, when it says 45 to go, then I know I can pit. I've gone far enough, though I'm pretty sure I can go farther. All right, cold tires, get a buffer, just be careful on the restart here. All right, back in the lead. There's 2 tail end of the lead lap cars here. I'm shocked there's so many guys a lap down. It's like all pit stop strategy or something. All these guys are getting themselves lapped. I think they're not pitting under caution so they can be on the tail end of lead lap. But then they're having to pit way early because they're not pitting under caution. And so they just keep digging the hole deeper. Kind of slid it in there, a little slide job on Jeff Burton there. I wasn't sure if I was totally past him yet or not. So I just flew in there and made it work. Trying to do the same slide job, but Jeff Bodine was having none of it. All right. See, Jeff Bodine, he's not even damaged. He should be running better than what he's running. Well, I mean, I guess he is in the top 5. Looks like Ward Burton is going to be my competition here. But I'll guarantee he's in a group or he's following someone and he can't pass him. So not too worried about him catching up to me. Maybe at the end of the run, but at this point, if I break the run up in 2 halves, I'll only have to go 45 laps. I won't have to go around on old tires for that long. But I don't want to pit too early and then get a caution and then I lose a lap. So the bigger lead I can get right now, it'll make it a lot easier when it comes time to pit. I'm starting to look at that pit board and count down the laps. That's not a good habit. Still a long way to go. All right, I'm still pulling away from Ward Burton. It makes me wonder, like on that first run that I got out in the lead, I got ahead of Rusty Wallace by 3 seconds. And I kind of stabilized, and then he came back and passed me, and I fell back to like 5th or 6th spot. So Rusty, Jeff Bodine, I think Jeff Gordon, Ernie Irvin, all of them passed me back on that first run that I had the lead. But since then, I mean, they're just not catching back up to me at all. And I'm getting bigger and bigger leads each time. If it makes me wonder if like Rusty, Ernie, Jeff Gordon, Harry Gant, if those guys were running, you know, in the top 5, would they be able to catch me again? I would think they'd be able to, but if they're back there stuck behind people, they're never going to catch me. Oh, caution. All right, I didn't take the yellow that time. Got to go around another lap. Be careful in case people are stopped on the track. Oh, huge wreck. Might as well put those guys another lap down. Looked like Jeff Gordon was in it. Rusty is right behind me. He was in it. I didn't see who else was in it. How many laps left? Oh my gosh, quick math. It's 24 plus 28. Is that 52? 52 laps? Okay, this is the last pit stop. You know what? All of these DNF cars, when the caution comes out, they go out and they make a lap and then they go park again. That's so funny. I never noticed that. I mean, I don't remember them doing that 20 years ago. Geez, now it's like 30 years ago. All right, 50 to go. This should be the last run of the race unless there's another caution. Got 3 guys starting in front of me. And it's only Ward Burton and Mike Wallace on the lead lap with me. Yeah, Jeff Gordon got taken out in that accident. All right, only 25 cars left in the race. $50 to go. You know, and Ward Burton, I don't know how many cars I have between me and him. I see Harry Gant and Jeff Purvis. That's all I saw. There may be like 6 cars between us. All right, did I get 1 to go the last time? I think we're going 1 more. Yeah, 1 more. Okay. All right, same thing. Just get a good buffer on the restart. Car's gonna be all cold tires, wanting to do the spin thing. Just tiptoe around turn 1 and 2. And then I should be able to get around these 3 guys and be smooth sailing for the rest of the race unless there's a caution. All right, Terry's right behind Harry Gant. All right, just tiptoe through here. Boy, Rusty has been in a few wrecks. And I guess that damage has slowed Rusty down quite a bit. Not as much as it looks like it would with how damaged he is, but he's not going as fast as he should be. He may be on older tires. I don't know if he pit under that caution or not. All right, just be really careful around these 2 guys. I don't even really need to race them, I don't think. but I would like to get around them. Just being really careful. All right. It's too bad you can't turn that board off. Man, if this was real life, I'd be like, dudes, put the board away. Put the board away. Just tell me when there's like 10 to go. And tell me if Ward Burton starts making up a lot of time on me. Other than that, just put it away. But I think I'm pretty far out in front of Ward Burton now. And I know Ward Burton is stuck in the middle of a mess back there. And he's not going to be able to pass people, so I think there's pretty much no hope for him at this point. Unless I do something really stupid. All right, 36 laps. I got over a 10-second lead. I think I'm good. All right, so I downloaded this game when I got this rig and everything about a year and 3 months ago. I think I got it in March of 2025. I downloaded this game last summer and kind of messed around with it a little bit, but I was in the midst of my 92 season in NR 2003, so I didn't mess with it that much. But in Fanatec or Fanatic or however it's pronounced, in the app on the PC, they have a bunch of settings, many of which I'm not that familiar with, just because there didn't used to be all of those settings, and I think the vast majority of those settings are for like modern sims that I just haven't played, like Assetto Corsa and stuff like that. So I changed the settings and stuff for NR 2003 and for this game, and then last night I was about to start the Southern 500 for my 94 season in NR 2003, and the wheel was acting kind of weird. It just didn't feel right, so I figured there was something in the settings. So I opened up that app for the first time in like a year. And of course it said, you know, there's new firmware and updates and all of that. So I was like, yeah, I might as well. So I downloaded it all, and somewhere in the process, it deleted all of my settings. And I was pretty pissed off because I was ready to start the Southern 500 last night, and all my settings were gone. So last night I just started back from scratch trying to remember what they were, but I hadn't looked at them in so long I didn't really remember. So I did the first preset for NR 2003, and then I had my second preset was for this game. So I fired up this game for the first time in forever, or like a year, and started messing with the settings and was driving here, and I was like, I don't know, man, this is kind of fun. Maybe I should just have a race here instead tonight. So I ended up running about 200 laps here last night. I ran one run for about 100 laps, tested the tire wear and stuff, and for any weirdness, looking at AI behavior and such. And then I ran some more to test OBS. So when I recorded it, it wasn't like too loud, or I think it's pretty good. I hope it is. I guess I'll see when I upload it. This game is definitely louder than NR 2003, especially when you start the session and you got 4 cars stationary on pit road. The sound of the 4 cars and the player car, it's loud. So I had to turn down the volume of the game a whole bunch to run this compared to NR 2003. I looked at some of those car sets I have, but the ratings were kind of weird, and like it looked like people just painted the cars. They didn't do the ratings, which is understandable. So I figured I'd just run the default cars. It's just an exhibition race. It's not for a season or anything. And I love those fictional cars anyway, just because, you know, when I got the game, like, that was the only cars I had. So there's really no choice but to look at those cars when you went in like the opponent's menu and stuff. All right, 25 to go. I got an 18-second lead. I think I'm probably good here as long as I don't do anything dumb. Oh, caution. Let's just be careful in case there's people stopped up here. I don't see anyone stopped. See, that's still Jeff Burton behind me, so no one has been able to pass him. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay out, I think. Only 20 to go. I have a huge lead. If I pit, I'm gonna have to restart in the back. Here I have a clean racetrack, so I don't see any reason to pit. Check the standings. Okay, Ward Burton. He either pit or he was in the wreck. Okay, there's a bunch of dudes pitting. Going green next time. Loy Allen is behind me. He better be on his best behavior. And then Mike Wallace is in second now. Ward Burton's in third. And I don't see any cars behind Loy. I wonder if they all pit. They all pit and they're all gonna gang up on me, watch. Or they're just hidden behind, yeah, okay. They're kind of just hidden behind Loy there. All right, going green, 20 to go. No nonsense. Just bring it home. Cold tires. Don't want to pass the pace car before the green. Give him a big buffer. Just in case. Tiptoe around these corners. Is that Mark Martin behind me? Mark Martin looking like he wants to try and pass me. That's Ernie Irvin behind Mark Martin. That could be Kenny Schrader. It's either Kenny Schrader or Mark Martin. All right, I think I'm in the clear here. Ward Burton has gotten around Mike Wallace. You know, and I stayed out of the pits that last caution, and the DNF cars didn't leave pit road like they have been. They all just stayed there. So it's like, I guess if I pit under caution, then all the DNF cars leave pit road and go do a lap. All right, what is this, like 10 to go? 10 to go. 5 to go. 6 to go. Now 5 to go. I think the tires are starting to wear out, but I think I'm good. Yeah, I got 8 seconds on Ward Burton. Two to go. All right, white flag. All right, you won. Next thing you know, Boston will win the series. You know, it is kind of nice being able to race without a spotter. That spotter in NR 2003 gets annoying. All right. That went by faster than I thought. Okay, that was Mark Martin right behind me. And then Jeff Bodine, and then Ernie Irvin, and then Ward Burton. And I pulled away from all of them. Oh yeah, there you go. I don't remember this song. Sorry, I gotta listen to this for a second. Yeah, I don't remember this song at all. Alright. Oh yeah, John Smith. Is that the end of the song? All right, let's see here. So, yeah, I led 235 laps. It was way too easy. But it's really unfortunate because, in that the first half of the race was definitely way better than the second half. The second half was easy. The first half, I actually had to like race up to the lead, and then Jeff Bodine and Ernie and Jeff Gordon and a couple other guys, or Rusty Wallace, they were running all in the top 5, and so they were able to catch back up to me as the tires wore out. Same thing last night, but I guess after halfway, I mean, those guys all got put a lap down when I lapped a whole bunch of dudes by staying out when that caution came out, when Rusty wrecked. And then once they were all lapped down, I mean, there was no one really left on the lead lap to challenge me. It was just Ward Burton, and he was stuck in traffic, and that's the issue with this game. Like they just can't pass each other. So Ward Burton couldn't make any progress. He's just kind of stuck there. All right, Mike Wallace finished 3rd. He led 1 lap. Mark Martin 4th. He was a lap down. That's another thing. I'm surprised there were so many cars a lap down. It's just all like pit strategy and stuff. I think like legitimately I lapped the Fat Man once. And then I caught up to the tail end of the field on one run, but didn't really lap anyone during the race, except on pit stops and then people not pitting under caution and being on the tail end lead lap, and then they all pit way early and put themselves way behind, that kind of thing. All right, Mark Martin, Jeff Bodine, Ernie Irvin, Leroy Britton, or AKA Morgan Shepherd, Loy Allen Jr., Terry Labonte, and Bobby Labonte in 10th. And then we got Rick Mast, Palmer Styles, Elton Sawyer, Ken Schrader, that Jeff Trummel, I think. He was 2 laps down. Bodine, Gant, Musgrave, Loeffler, Peterson, Michael Waltrip, Cummings, Burton, the Fat Man, Joe McDermott, and Rusty Wallace was the last car running. He was in 25th. And then after that, everyone went out. Okay, so I kind of want to see this wreck with Jeff Gordon. That looked like a pretty big one in turn 2. That was on lap 272. I wonder if I can find that quickly. Okay, this right here, race time. It's too bad they don't have that in NASCAR 2003. Like when you export the standings, I wish they had race time listed. But they have like the track, the weather, the number of laps, average speed, margin of victory, 7 cautions, 26 lead changes. I wish NR 2003 had race time though. All right, let's. Oh, whoop. Oh yeah, let me see if I can save this. Can I print it? No, I don't have it. Where's print to PDF? All right, so let's see. Jeff Gordon, he went out on what was it, 272? Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can find that in the replay. Oh, gosh. Okay, this is the end. Oh, man, that's going to take forever. Does this go all the way to the beginning? Okay, it goes to the beginning from when it started recording. I guess the first hour and 17 minutes didn't get, it already got cut off. Let's try and save this. Um, call it ATL race. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. I think I'd have to go back here and then rewind by hand all the way back like 50 laps. Oh, I'm curious to do it though. Okay, 50 laps would take about 15 minutes. 2 laps a minute? No, that would be 30 laps. 25 minutes. All right, so that would be like 2 hours, 45 minutes was about when that wreck happened. Okay, there's the restart. Yeah, see, Ward Burton, he was way back there. He had Loy Allen, Mark Martin, Ernie Irvin, Jeff Bodine, Leroy Britton, Mike Wallace, and then Ward. So he couldn't make any progress. He had no chance. Oh, I'm going backwards. This was the wreck where I said I was racing along and I was like, I should slow down in case there's any stopped cars. And then there was a bunch of stopped cars in turn 3 and 4. And it looked like there were some parts and pieces. So I think it was a pretty bad accident. And it knocked Jeff Gordon out of the race. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad there's not lap cars and that some of these guys couldn't race me a little more because after, the restart, it got kind of lonely out there. Just getting those leads and then no one was able to catch back up. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, okay, Jeff Gordon. Okay, so he spins. And then when he's sliding down the track, someone hits him. Right here. Oh, Michael Waltrip hit him. And then that light blue car hit him. So, that TV camera isn't any better. Let's see from the blimp. This light blue car nails him. Oh, and Harry Gant hits him. Okay, so that knocked out Jeff Gordon, Jeff Gordon. That 93 car, Harry Gant was all busted up, but it looks like he keeps, well, then he just runs into him again. And it looked like Michael Waltrip got a big piece of it. Jeff Gordon's still just sitting there, and then I'm coming along somewhere in here. Oh, okay, he just despawned. Okay, so that was that wreck. It's too bad, it's too bad they don't have like a lap counter thing where you can just fast forward by lap. Else I could find some more of these. Let's see that again. It's the same controls for NASCAR 2003 though. I give V to shift vehicle. V goes forward, shift vehicle goes backwards, and C for camera. Looks like Jeff already has some damage on the front. Or was that just that might have just been the car model. No, I think he has some damage. He probably already got involved in something. Boom. Let's see. It's the rewind button. Oh, okay. Yeah, no mouse in this game. That's unfortunate. It's DOS game. Yeah, let's see that. And it's so pixelated, it's hard to see the smoke. So you don't really see anything till you're there, pretty much. Like that wreck that happened right in front of me on the straightaway. Like, I didn't even see any of that. All of a sudden, everyone was just stopping. All right, well, I saved it. Exit. I love this song. Okay. Let's see, can I find the text file? Where do they save it to? I forget. Um, oh, it's gotta be saved somewhere in I thought they would export it as a TXT file. I don't see it in the main folder. There's ROL. Um, records? No, that's just race speeds. Well, I don't know where it is. I saved it somewhere. Oh well, whatever. Okay. Well, that was NASCAR Racing 1, 500 miles at Atlanta. Good race. Well, the first half was a good race, I think. I wish Rusty and Ernie and them had stayed in it because they seem to be competitive or seem to be pretty equal over the course of the whole run. But I mean, once they get stuck in traffic, they're just like everyone else because no one can really pass anyone anyway. All right, that's it for this one.